Hi friends, this is Harsh here. Today we will see how to make a market tracker on Google Sheets. As everyone knows, we can track market through various websites such as Money Control, broker websites, broker apps. However, I find Google Finance as an efficient tool to track markets. Let me take you through how you can make a market tracker using Google Sheets. Why do I find Google Sheets as efficient way to track the market is because there are some restrictions on the broker websites in terms of the number of securities that one can track. On the other hand, as Google Sheet is very similar to Microsoft Excel, it becomes very easy to filter and sort the data as per your requirement. Let us start by looking at how we can track live prices of the shares on Google Sheets. Let us first go to the Google Finance web page where you can see that a simple syntax and attributes are given. So for example, if you want a price of a particular security, the attribute that Google Finance has given is price, and the syntax that you have to write in Google Sheets is Google Finance, the ticker, say suppose Reliance, comma, the attribute that you want, that is price. That's it. Now, as you can see, this is the market tracker that I have created using Google Sheet, where I have taken all the NSE listed companies and then put it down on a Google Sheet page, and then I have taken some attributes from the Google Finance Sheets, which is 52-week high, 52-week low, the current market price of the company, the percentage change today, the market cap of the company, and the outstanding shares of the company. This I have taken from these attributes available on Google Finance Sheet, and I have created a market tracker. So we'll go through the formulas one by one. The formula is nothing but Google Finance, the cell which has been selected, which is Google Finance. This is the BSE code, or you can either select this code or this code, it doesn't matter, comma, the 52-week high, which is resembled by the attribute high 52. Similarly, low 52, current market price is determined by price. Rest of the formula will remain the same. The percentage change will be attributed by change PCT, market cap, outstanding shares. Now these two columns, that is fall from 52-week high and rise from 52-week low, is nothing but percentage change from 52-week high to the current market price and the percentage change from 52-week low to the current market price. That's it. Next we have to see is where to get the industry name, the name of the stock, and the security codes, through which we can apply these attributes to that codes to get the following information. Next we will go to the website of BSE to get the industry and the names. So on this link you just have to select the segment equity and then click on submit. Here you will get all the BSE listed securities, and for NSE codes you have to go on this link and then you have to click on the first link, which is securities available for equity segment. This is the Excel for NSE codes, where you will get symbol, name of the company. What we'll do is take the ISIN number from this to the first column, and this is the Excel file for the BSE codes, where again we will take the ISIN number from here and keep it in the first column. Next what we will do is go to the NSE file. In the NSE file we have the NSE symbols. Now what we need is the BSE codes and the names. So what we will do is we'll run a VLOOKUP exercise. So suppose we run a VLOOKUP, and the common thread between the NSE BSE file is the ISIN number, comma, We will go to the ISIN. What we want is the security code of BSE, 2,0. Here is the BSE code. What we need now is the industry name. So we'll again run a VLOOKUP exercise. It's the I column. So comma 9, comma 0. We got the industry name also. So now we have the NSE symbol, the name of the company, the BSE code and the industry name. Now one more thing we need to do before we copy paste the data to Google Sheet is we need to adjust the NSE symbol. Just you need to type NSE and colon concatenate. You have to merge the two cells. NSE colon 20 microns. This is the way how Google Sheet will recognize the NSE symbol. So now on coming on how to create this sheet is that first you need to copy the industry name, security code and BSE code columns from the Excel sheet that we created, and after that you need to put down the attributes that you want and then put the formula for the attributes and then just copy paste the whole data on the full sheet. This is how this sheet is created, and this sheet is sorted according to the market cap data which finally comes after putting in the formula. After copy pasting the data and you getting all the attributes from the codes that you have put in, what one can do is try and analyze what the data is trying to say. For example, here I have taken the market breadth. This is nothing but the percentage move that has happened today. How many stocks has moved, have moved how many percentage points. So here it says that today there are 41 stocks which has moved more than 5% and there are 43 stocks which have moved less than 5%. So which is below minus 5% and so on. This data keeps on changing on real-time basis. As the price changes, the percentage moves also changes and this data also changes. So the formula here is of COUNTIF, which gives you the exact number corresponding to the query that you put. That is, if you put is equal to COUNTIF and you select the range of cell I3 to I1580 and then you put comma into inverted comma more than equal to 5. So this gives you the number of stocks which has moved more than 5% in a day. Similarly, when you have two or more condition, the formula that you put is count ifs and you put the two formula that is more than 2.5% and less than 5%. This is how you will get the number of stocks to the corresponding range. Apart from this, you can find stocks which are less than 5% away from 52-week high, indicating a potential breakout, or stocks which are near 52-week low or less than 5% away from the 52-week low, indicating a stock price breakdown. Apart from this, you can also code, say suppose a range between 52-week high and 52-week low. You will get a stock which can be range bound stock if the movement between 52-week high and 52-week low is less than 20-30 odd percent. Next, what I have done is applied a pivot table on this particular set of data and have come to this set of data. Now, as you can see, what I have done in pivot table is in the rows column, I've added the industry and then the security code, and then I've taken the values, all the values such as current market price, the percentage change, the market cap, the fall and rise from 52-week high and 52-week low, and itself the 52-week high and 52-week low. So here I have data, and then I have put a conditional formatting on the colors of the percentage moves. That is, more the percentage move, brighter the color, and less the percentage move, lighter the color. Now, as you know that the pivot table also gets updated in live market, what we can do is, if we want to analyze what is moving in the market, what we can do is apply filter, say suppose on percentage change, and then what we want to see, suppose we want to see filter by condition, stocks which have moved more than 5%. So what we will select is greater than or equal to 5%, and then click on OK. So here what we will get is all the stocks which have moved more than 5% on this particular day, and then you can analyze what industry do they belong to. Now if you see on a daily basis, if one or more industry is popping up on daily basis, one can see and analyze the stocks of that particular industry to find a trending move. Lastly, you can also put filters, other filters such as stocks which are near 52-week high or stocks which are near 52-week low, and actually see which stocks are near the breakout zone or the breakdown zone. So this is pretty much of it. This is how one can track market on Google Sheets. One can track the full market, one can track certain stocks, one can create their own watch list on Google Sheets, one can create their own portfolio. Apart from all this, this is connected to your email account, which can be accessed from anywhere. No need of a broker app, no need of a broker software, no limitation of stocks, and hence I find it efficient to use Google Sheets. That's pretty much of it for today's video. We'll discuss some other features of this in some other video. Thank you. Thank you very much.